Well, guys, here we are. The very first Mouth of the Tyne YouTube video. Wasn't sure whether this was going to happen. Decided to do it anyway. It might continue. It might not. If you guys like it, we'll keep them going. If it falls flat on its face, then so be it. This is just a bit of fun. It seemed to resonate with you guys on Twitter. Let's see if we can do the same on YouTube. So, welcome to the very first Mouth of the Tyne Transfer Central. Yeah, so let's start with today's links. We've had links to mainly Chelsea players. We've had links to Gallagher, Pulisic, HudsonOdoi. Is there anyone else we've been linked with from Chelsea? Brozier, but obviously that's kind of he's a little bit far-fetched at the minute. Not quite sure about that one. But yeah, and obviously we've just been linked with Pedro this evening. Watford striker / attacking midfielder, pretty much can cover all the front, probably play on the right as well, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so it's heating up. We've got some irons in the fire. Things seem to be in motion. Obviously, we've got the Ramos bid that's supposedly been put in official today. That's 40 million, as far as we're aware. It was 30 last week. It's gone up to 40. I know my good friend on Twitter, Looney Tune, he's pretty adamant on this one that one's going to go ahead. So it's interesting with the João Pedro links. Are we going to go both of them, or are we going to go one or the other? We'll see. It's all going to heat up in the next couple of weeks. It's heating up now. So let's go through them. Why would we need Gallagher? Gallagher is a player that's going to come in probably, kind of Joe Linton on the left, Gallagher on the right, Bruno sitting slightly deeper. That's probably going to be the lineup if he does come in. He's more mobile than Longstaff. He's probably a better tackler than Willock, better in possession than Willock. So he's going to add something different. He's going to add tenacity and goals, assists, and just a little upgrade, which is what we're looking for. Little upgrades all over the pitch, and try and improve this team. Now, Gallagher would do that. He'd slot in the work ethic, what he has from what we've seen with Chelsea, Crystal Palace, England. He'd fit into this house side, no problem. So let's hope we can try and pull that one off. Basically, it's going to be tough, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, he's going to be probably a last-minute job. If Chelsea can get De Jong in, then they'll probably let him go. If not, they might keep him. So it's still up in the air. But yeah, let's hope we can get Gallagher in. So moving on to Pulisic. I put a tweet out this morning highlighting his commercial his commercial influence that he would have on Newcastle United. Basically, it's a gateway into America. He's signed Christian Pulisic. You've got the captain of the national team, I believe. I believe he is the captain. I may be wrong. He's the player that all the kids, all the adults have on the back of the shirt over in the States. And he is somebody that instantly gets you a gateway into America. Obviously, we've got Darren Eales now, who's worked in America. He knows the market. He knows how to crack it. There's probably been a conversation somewhere along the line. Pulisic's name's been mentioned, and obviously he seems to be the one that we want. Obviously, he can play on the right, left, through the middle. He'd be the kind of attacking midfielder that we're after to try and add a few more goals and assists to this slightly stale attack what we have at the minute. Let's hope we can, again, let's hope that's another one. It's going to be tough to do, but let's hope we can get it over the line. I don't know if it's going to be possible. All we can do is try our best. Now, it probably wouldn't be a permanent deal. Don't think Chelsea will be willing to let him go, and I don't think we pay the money for him just yet. Maybe next year, maybe could be a loan with the obligation. Who knows? It's something that obviously it'll come out if the deal is done. But he could fit in. He's a very good player too, not just his commercial ability. Provide again the goals and assists that we're lacking at the minute. So it's another player that would improve this forward line. It's an improvement on Murphy. It's an improvement on possibly Almiron, who's been in great form. improvement on ESM, on the form he was in at the weekend. We need this, basically a competition. We can't just have one good player and that's it. We have to build a squad. We've got to build that competition. And Pulisic would bring that. He'd probably start. Certainly, once he gets his feet in the door, I'm sure he'd start. But it's something to keep an eye on this week, and we'll see how it goes. Right, next we're moving on to HudsonOdoi, withdrawn from the Chelsea development squad today. Rumours it could be included in the Everton deal with Gordon as a make weight. That's not confirmed yet, but we obviously had our owners down at Chelsea yesterday. I'm sure that it was discussed. All the players we've linked so far, Pulisic, Gallagher, HudsonOdoi, these players will have been talked about, and I'm sure HudsonOdoi was up there. We're looking for a right winger. HudsonOdoi can play a left wing, right wing, and he's had a funny few years. He was a very talented player. Last season, he didn't seem to set the world alight by any means. But a couple of years ago, this is the guy that had big clubs in Germany chasing him. Chelsea were kind of pushing the time down to a long-term contract. They did. So if we do go for him, again, it will probably be a loan, maybe with an obligation or option to buy. But the guy needs a fresh start. He's not getting a look in this season at Chelsea, and we'd be perfect. As someone said on Twitter, I can't remember who it was a few weeks back, I think it was actually Sean Casey. He said that Howe would be able to, if there's anybody Howe could improve, it would be HudsonOdoi. And, if you're a bit sceptical, I was a bit sceptical, Howe would probably be the one that you put your money on, saying, actually, he's turned Joe Linton into Super J7. A turnaround which we've never seen, the likes of which we've never seen before in the Premier League. If somebody can do that to a player that was that poor, imagine what he could do to a player that's semi-decent, you know what I mean? Like, well, really decent. So, when he's on form. So, let's see if Howe can work his magic if HudsonOdoi comes in. And that's another one we're going to keep an eye on this week. So, Ramos. Looney Tune was talking earlier today. He gets a lot of stick, that guy. But again, like Sean, like myself, like Oscar, we're only passing on what we hear. You don't have to believe it if you don't want. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right, and then things change. But what Looney Tune does, he puts it out there, and I've got a lot of respect for the guy that does that. So Looney Tune was saying today, the Ramos bid's gone in, sorting out the finer details. If that's the case, then so be it. Don't know much about the guy. Seen him play recently in a few Benfica matches since we've been monitoring him, and it's kind of come out in the press. Looks strong, looks powerful, good link-up man. Seems to be more of a secondary striker, withdrawn striker, like a tall target man, number 10, kind of hybrid. The players will feed off. So yeah, he looks interesting. Obviously, there's a lot of potential there. So yeah, it's something that we'll try and see, keep an eye on it, how that one comes up, because you're not in that Benfica team, in the Portugal under-21s. You're not getting that recognition, supposedly chased by PSG as well. You're not getting that type of recognition if you haven't got something about you. And he created a lot of assists for Núñez last season. He scored a lot of goals this season. He's on a very good run. One of the most informed players in Europe at the minute, internationally and at club level, since summer. So let's keep an eye on that one, and hope Looney Tune's got his facts right on that one. Because if not, we're coming for you, mate. I'm only joking. And our final link of the evening, João Pedro. Now, I've heard João Pedro's name mentioned tonight. Don't know much about him. I know he didn't set the world alight at Watford last season. He was probably one of their better players. But as far as I'm aware, only scored a couple of goals, but obviously he was only 19 at the time. He's 20 now. He's developing. He's Brazilian. He'd fit right in with Bruno, Big Joe, and any other Brazilians that we look to bring in the future. Lucas Paqueta, mention no names. But, we'll see. He can play anywhere across the front line. He looks like a very good outlet. We're looking to bring goals to the forward line. Hopefully he would be able to bring that. I mean, look at Richarlison. He started at Watford. he was all right. He didn't really set the world alight. He scored a few goals, went to Everton, took off, was their best player. Now he's gone to Spurs and he's looking like he really fits in that Spurs team. So if João Pedro can have the same impact and Bruno and Joe could bring him along and, act like older brother figures, bring him on, you know what I mean? That would be something that I'm sure he'd be delighted with if he did sign. So I'm sure that would help give him confidence and make him feel at home, especially if we get Paqueta in as well. You've got a quadrant of Brazilians there. So yeah, let's see how it goes on. It's 20 million gone in tonight. We shall see if it's it hasn't been accepted. We'll see if the offer's improved tomorrow or in the coming days. But it looks like he is one of the forward players that we like. So let's just keep an eye on things. All we can do at the minute is hope that these deals come off. They're probably not all going to come off. It's probably going to be 2 or 3 out of the 5 or 6 players that we've been linked with. But you add them to the positions what we're weakest in: striker, a winger, and an attacking midfielder. Then we're looking like we could do something very special this season. At the minute, we are 2 to 3 players short. There is no getting away from it. We are 2 to 3 players short. So we need to act quick because we've only got 2 weeks left now. It's, people have been saying, "Oh, relax, chill out. Let's give them time." They've had time. They've done the due diligence. It's now time to put the bids in and get the players in. Obviously, it hasn't worked out where we've had them for pre-season. That's gone now. We're in the season. Window shuts in 2 weeks. Let's push on. Let's see how far we can go with this team. These 5 players that we've been linked with today are all aged between 20 and 23. It's clearly youth. What we're looking for. We're wanting to freshen up an aging squad. Let some of the older figures go. Fernandez, the Richies, our keepers are all above 30. It's you've got Shelby 30. It's time to freshen it up a bit. Keep a few of the old heads about, but there's clearly a policy of getting younger players in with that are up to a high standard now, but with room to improve for improvement. Ekitike was another one we looked at early in the summer, and there's been various young players what we've tried to get in. Older than youth level, but younger than like 24, 25. You're talking between 20 and 23, that type of age. Still plenty of room for development. So it's been a crazy day. I just wanted to do the first video for the channel. Get it out there, see what you guys think of it. Today we're talking transfers. In the future there's going to be match reviews. We'll do some competitions. We'll obviously try and do some live shows once I get everything up and running properly, because they seem to be very popular on the other channels. And yeah, we'll just see. There's a lot of great content out there, and it's going to be hard to muscle in on that, but all I'll say is the mouth of the Tyne ethos has resonated well with you guys on Twitter so far. You've helped me get to 20,000 followers and counting, and that's just been myself. So if you obviously you've agreed with some of the things I've said, you've disagreed, but overall, you seem to like the content I put out. I'm going to try and convey that into YouTube form. And just see how we go. And if you like it, subscribe, and like the videos, and we'll see where we go from there. Obviously working full time at the minute with the family, not going to be able to do your Adam Pearson style or Toon Review style channels where we're getting updates maybe twice a day, 3 times a day. These guys have given up their jobs to do this, and credit to them for that. Mine's going to be slightly different. I'm going to have to upload when I can, where I can, and with limited tech for now, just going to go with the basic, just me and a camera. So we're going to try and do the best we can, and really give you that Toon Mouth Tyne, or Mouth of the Tyne ethos message that's resonated with you guys so well, and we'll get you on. I've made some great friends on there over the years, some top lads. and lasses, you know. But we've made some really good friends on there. There's a lot of football knowledgeable people on there that you can have great conversations with, and we do. So let's try and convey that into YouTube, convert it into this format, and we'll see how it goes. So, if, like I say, like the video, subscribe, and I'll hope to bring you some more content soon. So thank you for joining me, on the first Tyne, Mouth of the Tyne YouTube video. So like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at TyneMouthTyne.